So we have here a 1986 M-Star Maico 500. Fresh rebuild a couple years ago. Not too much riding on it. There is, so you can see, a little bit of oil shining down there, and that is because this seal has gotten some wear to it, and as you can see, it leaks from that stupid seal. So I have to replace that seal. It's been sitting here for a while though, that's why it's leaked. But so yeah, that seal on the gear shift, you can see it kind of got eaten up at some point. You see how this clutch can go in like that, and so rubbed up against it. I mean, not the clutch, sorry. The gear shifter goes in like that. It kind of messed up the seal. So what is this bike like? So this bike, I would say I've had it in two different modes. So first off, what have I done to it? Well, it's been resleeved. New first and second gear were lowered. All new bearings. First gear and second gear were lowered, of course, the Enduro. This is a KTM 550 kicker. It's moved forward. It wouldn't even start whenever the original kicker was on it. It was very hard to get started. And then I found out that's because that kicker needs to be mounted forward. It has a power dynamo flywheel on it, so heavy flywheel. It didn't come with that though. It came with an inner rotor. The inner rotor that's on these older bikes. This is what I had on originally, was this motor plate, inner rotor, and I put the heavy flywheel on it. So first off, this bike has a lot of low end power because of how I geared it and how I changed. I mean, especially whenever I changed over to the motor plate. I mean, it climbs some pretty good hill climbs at very low RPM. It's a lot of torque. I will have to say this though, I put this tank on. This is a CR500 oversized gas tank, and that has made the bike feel heavier. It's made the bike feel heavier, and it's made the bike not feel as light and as turning as it used to in the front end. Before I put that on it and had the original gas tank on it, it felt a lot lighter, this bike. It felt lighter, it felt more agile, it felt like it was turning really quick and easy. Whenever I started putting this on it, it felt more like a pig. So that's one downfall of having this gas tank on it. For some reason, it just made this bike feel more like a pig whenever you're trying to turn a damn thing. So the next thing that I like to mention is that these Maicos do have not as good water cooling as the newer ones do. So why doesn't this bike have as good water cooling as the newer ones do? Well, let's start off with how it works. So first of all, both radiators will drain into this hose here, and this hose over here actually does go across the engine, which I don't like because now it's against this hot engine here. But it does go across the front of the engine. So both radiators drain into this hose. They come into the pump. They go into the cylinder, and it comes out of the cylinder, and it splits. And one goes to this radiator, one goes to the other radiator at the top. So one radiator is longer, the other radiator is shorter. So sometimes this bike has overheated on the trail when I come up it, or I felt that it was overheating, so I usually let it cool down just because of this problem here. So let me show you why the newer ones are better. So this is a 1996, so all the newer ones, including 1996, have this setup. One radiator will drain to the water, or in the water pump. Just one, this one. The left side. It goes back into the cylinder, and then at the top of the cylinder, it goes into the bottom of the right radiator. So it has to go all the way up the right radiator, come out the right radiator, go into the longer left radiator. Well, in this case, I think they're both pretty long. Let's see. I mean, yeah, look how long that thing is in this case. Real long. Both sides are long. So it has two long ones then, actually. And then it goes into the other long one, and then back down. So it has to go through both long radiators. Versus the 86, which it has to go either through one long one or one short one. So that's the main thing. So I may at some point, you know, buy the newer rads and put them on this bike just to fix that water cooling issue, because I would like this bike to run cooler. If it can, you know, that's I don't see any reason why these other rads won't fit on there, so I might be buying those to put that on there at some point. And you know, hopefully that this would run cooler than well, not hopefully, I'm pretty sure it probably will run cooler. So that's one of the main issues with this older Maico, is they do have very, very wide water jets in these things, or water pockets that go into the cylinder, very big. So they do get a lot of water in there. It's just they don't get to go through enough cooling as they change them to go through. So that is one bad thing about the original water cooling. So. Now, as far as speed, like I said, when I first got this bike, it was geared differently and had different carb on it, and it flew. I mean, I just was in the parking lot and going across the parking lot, I could barely get in the fourth gear, and I was already going faster than this probably thing does top speed now. I was flying. I was going over 70. You know, it was extremely fast. So I had no bottom end though, whatsoever, because it was geared so high. You know. It just wanted to go fast, and it had long. It felt like it had very long gears, but you went through them so quick, and you were going so fast. But again, it was geared so high that you had no bottom end whatsoever. It was just speed, the way this bike was really set up. And now, like I said, the way I've made it, it's got tons of torque, and it's still pretty fast, and it's just. You know, it was so fast it was unrideable, or in the woods. I'm not sure where they were riding this thing, you know, the salt flats or something. So that's one other thing about this bike is, and the Maico in general, you can gear them for speed, or you can gear them for trails. And I gear them for trails. So.
If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also subscribe to my channel for more dirt biking videos like this one. And don't forget, you can leave me a comment below. Thanks for watching.